Dearborn, Michigan. Now, I went to a conference in Dearborn, Michigan. It's the epicenter, I suppose, of the Arab community in the United States of America. Some very worrying things are taking place. The police are collaborating in this in Dearborn, Michigan. There have been terrible cases. There's one I mentioned not so long ago of a man who has handicapped children. He was arrested by the police merely for being present at one of these events. His home, phone number and address were then released to a group of people, a community that indulges in such behavior. His wife had to tell the handicapped boys, hide if anyone breaks into the house. Whatever you hear happening to me, do not come out from where you're hiding. This is not unique. Being replicated now in so many places. Imagine what it's like. Did you just read yesterday of the British journalist, the woman who was almost raped, mass raped by a mob in Egypt after the election? We're not going to let these sort of issues go. Other people might say, no, don't talk about it. That's not what we do here. Now, the people who put that video together, and by the way, if you go to YouTube or various blogs, you'll find it in its entirety. It's probably about 20 minutes long. The group is called the United West, and its president is Tom Trento, who joins us now via Skype from Miami. Welcome to you, sir.
Michael, very good to be here on this difficult day, but we'll see what we can do to make it better.
Now, the video that we just saw about 4 or 5 minutes of in Canada of a group of guys, very peaceful, holding up signs in Dearborn, Michigan, might not approve of the signs, so what? Ignore people you don't agree with. But they were attacked, they were stoned. I think they probably would have been lynched if there hadn't been some police around eventually. Why did you put this video out, and who exactly are the United West? What is this organization?
Yeah, the United West is about 6 years old. We are a counterterrorism educational organization, basically defending the U.S. Constitution, defending the right of the State of Israel to exist, and defeating the Muslim Brotherhood, Sharia-compliant Islam here in the United States and other places in the West.
Right. Now, the video, I think that video would have shocked many people in Canada because we assume that in the United States of America, you are absolutely committed to freedom of speech. And what we saw there was a group of completely peaceful guys who were physically assaulted. But then this is what it just is extraordinary. The police not only do nothing really to protect them, but they then lie through their teeth. They say, we can't give you a couple of officers to look after you. But they stop them on their way, when they're leaving the event. About 14 cops stop them in several cruises to give them a hard time.
It's mind-boggling, Michael, and it's been out just a couple of days. It's getting about 150,000 views a day right now. It's number 13 in worldwide viral videos, number 1 on the Christian video blog. It is infuriating. It is a graphic illustration of the civilization jihad that has come here to America in this town that our president, President Obama, hails and views as the epitome of Islamic paradise in America.
Has he used that term, Islamic paradise?
No, he hasn't used that term, but he also, on Obamacare, didn't use the term that it was a tax. So you have to read behind the lines, and we have footage of him giving a speech just 2 months earlier where he's speaking to a Muslim audience and Muslim leaders and all of this, saying his name, Barack Hussein Obama. I, Barack Hussein Obama, I'm here.
I see a lot of folks here who worked tirelessly on my 2008 campaign. Let's face it, you did not do it because you thought this was going to be a cakewalk. When you decide to support a candidate named Barack Hussein Obama.
So we know how to deconstruct the syntax of our president, and this is a city that he really views as a successful Islamic city.
Well, I mean, I certainly agree that he will use anything, can lie as well, to be re-elected, and so he will pretend to be a Christian, and I think pretend to be a Muslim, perhaps. I don't think he's either of those. But this is Dearborn, Michigan, which is particular and peculiar within North America, really, because of the enormous Arab-Muslim population. Is it confined? I mean, it's bad enough in Dearborn, but can we say this wouldn't happen anywhere other than Dearborn, Michigan?
No, we cannot say that. I'm seeing, and I'm one of the authors of a book called SHARIAH, The Threat to America, with the folks on Team B2 that include Frank Gaffney, Andy McCarthy, Jim Woolsey. And we do a lot of work on the Muslim Brotherhood in America. we're seeing this unique blending of the Arab Spring aggressive mentality with the endorsement of the Brotherhood by President Obama recently, inviting them into the White House, resulting in the Arab street in America becoming virulently violent and aggressive there in Dearborn, and we're seeing it in patches of other areas like South Florida, in some areas in Southern California, in Minneapolis. So it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have heard stories out of Dearborn. I know one happened. I spoke to the person who was involved. When, again, there were a group of people simply with a placard, a sign outside a Muslim center. The police were called by a Muslim group. The police officer spoke to the imam in Arabic privately and then went over to the protesters and said he was going to arrest them. But the cops we saw involved here, I don't think they were Muslim. I don't think they were Arab. Don't they have an instinct? Don't they think this is wrong? I mean, this is America. There's a constitution. These guys are merely standing there peacefully. We can't give them a hard time. We should be protecting them.
Well, you know, your Canadian view is a bit optimistic and idealistic in terms of the facts on the ground in Dearborn. Many of the police officers are Arabic, one in particular, one of the leaders. But the ones who were not, they recognize that they are living in a town that is run by Arabs, and in order to keep their job, they have to toe the line. We know this because last year, we didn't shoot this footage. We've shot a lot of footage in Dearborn. Last year, we had a camera crew there. Our camera crew was assaulted. We have a pending case against two Muslim criminals. It's been like pulling teeth trying to get the police to prosecute these guys, but we're moving ahead doing it. And we've dealt with the Arab obstacle to Western civilization encroaching upon this banned area now, this no-go zone of Dearborn, Michigan.
You know, in Canada, we look at what is going on, and I think we have actually probably one of the more peaceful Islamic populations. We have had issues with attempts at terror. But, for example, when the Pope made his entirely valid statements in Germany, there were no protests. We've had one or two demonstrations. We have had problems with honor killings. But we don't seem to have such a physical aggression on the street that you're having now in the U.S.
Yeah, if you study the doctrines and the memorandum of the Muslim Brotherhood, I know this sounds like a Hollywood movie, but we have in our hand the memorandum of the Brotherhood. They have a 5-part civilization jihad process, and a lot of it is dependent upon the number of Muslims in a given geographic area. So you're spread out. The communities are spread out somewhat, but I guarantee you, as this occurs more and more unconfronted in the United States, the Arab community in Canada and the non-Arab Muslim community are going to start seeing their brothers and sisters down here, and there's going to be communication, and you're going to see the testing of your culture, whether or not you have the resistance to stand against the civilization jihad. That's the issue. You
know, I suspect you may be right, because people who think this is extreme, if you look at the cases of Britain, France, Holland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Belgium, it seems to be a very similar theme. Look, I appreciate your time. We'll have you back on the show. Thank you so very much indeed.
Thank you, Michael. Take care, and God bless your work, let me tell you.